Trusscore trims add the perfect finishing touch to any project by providing a functional and distinctive design element while bringing your project to life. Trusscore offers a comprehensive assortment of PVC trims to meet all your project needs. In this video, we'll show you when and where to use each trim and tips on how to install them. Installation basics. Before we dive into the trim options for your Trusscore project, let's review some installation tips and features that apply for all our trims. Cutting. When cutting trims, tin snips are the safest and easiest tool to use. Pro tip: for a cleaner cut, avoid closing the blades at the end of a stroke. Spacing. It is essential that a minimum of 1/4 of an inch clearance is left at the ends of all panels and trims to allow for expansion and contraction. Fastening. Like Trusscore panels, trims can be fastened to wood, metal, or concrete using readily available screws. The screws should have a minimum head diameter of 3/8 of an inch. Refer to our installation guide for more details. It's recommended to install screws for every 2 feet of trim being used. Color and length. All Trusscore trims are available in both white and gray and come in 10-foot lengths, except for our SlatWall Top Cap, which is available in 8-foot lengths. J-trim. J-trim is our most versatile trim. It's used with multiple products and can be used in a variety of applications. J-trim is available in 2 sizes: 1/2 inch used for Trusscore wall and ceiling board, or 3/4 inch used for Trusscore slat wall and rib core. Use J-trim for ceiling perimeter, top and bottom of walls, window and door perimeter, inside corners. For the slat wall and rib core perimeter, use the 3/4 inch version. Installing J-trim is easy. The punched screw flange edge of the J-channel is placed against the wall or ceiling and then fastened through the holes in the screw flange. Here's another pro tip. It is recommended to start with the ceiling when installing trim. After the trim is affixed to the wall or ceiling, panels can be inserted into the channel. For inside corners or wall-to-ceiling transitions, 2 J-trims can be used. Simply follow the previous steps, and then place the second J-trim against the first, with the punched screw flange edge of the trim against the wall or ceiling. Then, fasten through the holes in the screw flange. The channels of each J-trim should now be perpendicular to each other to finish your corner. An alternative method of using J-trim to finish inside corners of walls and ceilings would be to use 1 J-trim instead of 2. This method involves installing the J-trim on the inside corners of the walls or ceiling after the panels are installed. Start by installing panels for one wall or the ceiling to the end where you reach the corner. Place the long edge of the J-trim against the opposite wall with no panels, and ensure the bottom of the J-trim is flat against the panels you just installed. Fasten the trim to the wall with screws through the punched screw flange. The channel on the J-trim is now perpendicular to the wall or ceiling, with the panels allowing you to easily finish your corner. If you have a 3-way corner intersection, such as an inside corner meeting a ceiling line, it is not recommended to miter the J-trims in this intersection. Simply install the J-trim as mentioned previously and butt each trim piece tightly into the others to finish the corner. Or consider incorporating an inside cove corner trim. For high moisture applications, before fastening the bottom piece of the J-trim to the wall, drill 1/4 inch diameter holes into the bottom of the J-trim to ensure drainage. Holes should be placed 16 inches on center. For a more complete waterproof seal, apply a bead of silicone along the inside of the front-facing edge of any trim pieces being used prior to installing the panels. Alternatively, you can run a bead of silicone after the panels are installed along the seam of the front-facing edge of the trim. H-channel snap-in trim. H-channel snap-in trim is used for panel joints and product transitions. It's compatible with Trusscore wall and ceiling board, Trusscore slat wall, and rib core, and is designed in a convenient 2-piece format that snaps together for ease of installation. Here are some examples of where to use H-channel snap-in trim. When using two panel lengths to achieve the desired height or length. When making product transitions, such as when transitioning from SlatWall to wall and ceiling board. Wall and ceiling board and SlatWall integrate seamlessly with each other when SlatWall is installed above wall and ceiling board, so no trim is needed here. However, when transitioning wall and ceiling board, on the sides or above SlatWall, an H-channel snap-in trim piece is required. Installation of H-channel snap-in trim is easy with the two-piece format, allowing you to see exactly where to place the trim. Wherever you are transitioning from one panel to another, place the U-channel along the end of your panels and fasten with screws through the pre-punched holes. Continue installing panels on the other side of the U-channel to finish your wall or ceiling. Remember to leave a 1/4 inch gap on both sides of the U-channel to allow for expansion and contraction of the panels. When finished installing the panels, align the teeth on the H-channel piece with the teeth on the U-channel and press to snap in to cover any gaps and fasteners. Inside Cove Corner. Our Cove-style inside corner trim is a clean and stylish option to complete the inside corners of your project. Inside Cove Corner is compatible with Trusscore wall and ceiling board and Trusscore SlatWall. As the name suggests, use this trim for inside corners for both wall-to-wall and wall-to-ceiling finishes. A nice feature of the inside Cove Corner trim is that it can accommodate two panels, meaning you only need to use one trim piece to finish inside corners. Start by installing panels for one wall or ceiling to the end where you reach the corner. Place the long edge of the inside Cove Corner trim against the opposite wall with no panels, and ensure the other edge of the inside Cove Corner is flat against the panels you just installed. Fasten the trim to the wall with screws through the screw flange. The channel on the inside Cove Corner trim is now perpendicular to the wall with the panels, allowing you to easily finish your corner. For three-way corner intersections as mentioned earlier, inside Cove Corner trim can make this transition easier by only requiring one trim piece on the corners instead of two. However, as mentioned with the J-trim, it is not recommended to miter any of the trim pieces where the three-way intersection meets. Instead, install two J-trim pieces along the ceiling to intersect in the corner. Then install an inside Cove Corner trim from floor to ceiling to complete the corner. Outside Corner Rounded. Outside Corner Rounded is designed to form smooth, bull-nosed outside corners for applications that require a softer touch. Outside corner trim is compatible with Trusscore wall and ceiling board only. Use this trim on any outside corner of a wall where two wall and ceiling board panels meet to create a rounded corner. Since this trim piece has two channels on either side of the corner, which will accept the two panels meeting to form the outside corner, it should be installed before the panels. Simply place the square corner side of the trim against the outside corner of the wall and fasten with screws on both walls through the screw flange. The channels on the outside corner rounded trim are perpendicular to each other, allowing you to insert panels on both walls to finish your corner. Outside corners are a standard for almost any wall installation, which is why we also have a flat outside corner option to neatly complete any wall. This outside corner trim provides a square corner finish and is available in two different variations. The small version is 1 1/4 inch by 1 1/4 inch corner, while the large version is a 2 inch by 2 inch corner. This trim is compatible with Trusscore wall and ceiling board and Trusscore SlatWall. The main use for outside corner trim is, of course, for outside corners, but can also be used to trim windows that may have a sill. Unlike the outside corner rounded trim, this outside corner trim does not have any channels to accept panels, so it should be installed after the panels using silicone. Install the wall panels to the edge of the outside corner on both walls. Run a bead of silicone on the very edge of the surface of the panel, but not on the tongue or groove, along the entire height or length of both walls. Align the corner of the outside corner trim with the corner of the wall so it is evenly spaced on both sides, and firmly apply pressure where the silicone was applied. Here's another pro tip. Use painter's tape to hold the outside corner trim against the wall while the silicone cures to ensure a strong bond. Base trim. A trim piece that can be used to address the transition between wall panels and a concrete floor of a room. Base trim is compatible with Trusscore wall and ceiling board and ribcore. As shown, use this trim for bottom wall transitions, especially those with a concrete floor. Another great use for base trim is in wet applications. The base trim can be used at the bottom of walls to act as a drip edge, as water flows down to the base and away from the wall. It should be noted, however, that base trim should not be used on sloped floors. To install base trim before installing any panels, place the long straight edge against the wall with the small corner edge facing the floor. Fasten to the wall with screws through the screw flange. Install panels normally with the bottom edge of each panel extended to the lip of the base trim. Run a bead of silicone along the bottom of the panels for a more finished look and to ensure water doesn't get behind the panels at the base. Trusscore SlatWall Top Cap. Next is a specialized trim piece, only used with Trusscore SlatWall. The SlatWall Top Cap provides a clean finish to the top of a SlatWall panel assembly. This prevents dust and dirt from accumulating behind your SlatWall panels. Just like our other trim options, SlatWall Top Cap is available in white and gray, but is only 8 feet long instead of 10 feet. This allows the trim to match the SlatWall panels it's covering. Only use SlatWall Top Cap when the top of your SlatWall assembly does not directly transition to Trusscore wall and ceiling board. If you plan on installing wall and ceiling board above your SlatWall panels, a top cap is not needed, as you will use an H-channel snap-in trim piece to make the transition. A good example of when to use SlatWall Top Cap is when you're only using SlatWall and installing it on top of an existing material, such as drywall. The sides of the SlatWall assembly will be finished using 3/4-inch J-trim, and the bottom using 1/2-inch J-trim, but the top of the assembly can be finished using the SlatWall Top Cap for a clean look. Installing SlatWall Top Cap is likely the easiest of all the Trusscore trims, since it does not require any screws or adhesives to install. Simply place the top lip of the SlatWall Top Cap into the groove built into the top of the uppermost SlatWall panel. Then, snap the bottom lip of the SlatWall Top Cap into the SlatWall panel as shown. F-trim. Used in very niche applications, F-trim is designed for Trusscore wall and ceiling board applications that include soffit or bulkheads. For ribcore applications, F-trim will complete your corners. F-trim is available in 1/2-inch or 3/4-inch profile in white and 1/2-inch profile only in gray. The best use of F-trim is when you need to address soffit or bulkhead transitions, as the design of the F-trim allows it to be affixed to the wall, and the perpendicular channel will accept the wall and ceiling board panel. F-trim is also the standard trim piece used for finishing inside and outside corners in ribcore applications. To install F-trim, place the long edge of the trim against the wall so the channel is at the bottom and facing away from the wall. Fasten to the wall through the screw flange. Place a second F-trim on the opposing wall at the same height as the first F-trim. The channels of each F-trim piece will now be facing each other, and a wall and ceiling board panel can now be installed between the two F-trim pieces to complete the installation. 45-degree H-channel. Our final trim piece is another specialized option. 45-degree H-channel is perfect for instances where two walls or ceilings come together at an angle, allowing to adequately cover the transition between panels. 45-degree H-channel is compatible with Trusscore wall and ceiling board only. Use this trim for angled wall-to-wall, wall-to-ceiling, or ceiling-to-ceiling transitions, such as a peak ceiling. Much like the rounded outside corner trim, the 45-degree H-channel trim has two channels to accept two panels to form the angled corner. Because of this, the 45-degree H-channel trim should be installed before the panels. Place the long edge of the trim piece against the wall or ceiling and fasten with screws through the screw flange. Insert panels into the opposing channels to finish the angled corner. Thanks for watching this video on when and where to use Trusscore trims and how to install them. For more information on our trim options, visit trusscore.com/trims.